Nasdaq Composite daily chart. Nasdaq Composite reversal at the highs that we called for up here. Let me tell my MMT something. This is a daily chart, and we're putting a bottom in. It's an attempted bottom. You can see the consolidation from the daily selling here that we're putting a bottom in. Now, let's take a look at the VXN daily chart right here. This is the fear indicator. When we got to such complacency levels, as we always do, we can clearly see how that fear was there was no fear when we were putting the highs in the market. They broke higher. And the market pulled back. And then when this pulled back, we set up a new base down in here. Look at the daily compounded breakout to the highs up here. That means that we had a big reversal in the fear, which is tied to the Nasdaq Composite, and not only that, it's tied to the Nasdaq 100 MMT. Now, June 21 is when summer starts, the dog days of summer. The markets have sold off ahead of time. Earnings are pretty much out of the way, and they won't start again until July, early July. It is very possible with short-term bottoms and turns that our system will guide us through this bottom here. That if we are going to rally, taking the other side of the market, is that we will have to take a look at the unbalanced volume. We'll have to put it in our system, and our system will validate this bottom. Not only will it validate that bottom, but it will also validate this top in the fear is pulling back. It's still elevated as this is putting in the bottom, and this is reversing. And the further that we go down here, then this base will break higher over here in the Nasdaq Composite and the Nasdaq 100. And how we could rally up into the summer period of June 21, and the rest of the public would not be in this bottom, and the exchange model would pull off their little game again. That is case A. That is the bull case. Okay? The bear case is that this consolidates here on the fear and breaks the highs, then we would come down and break the lows on the Nasdaq Composite and the Nasdaq 100. So, it's going to be about the consolidation of fear at the higher level and how people will interact in the buy and sell tape, and how HFT, high frequency trading system models, will be deployed in the bid and ask in the price zone. Now, we do know one thing for sure, that without this reversal, we could not have this lower bottom consolidation here. And I will guarantee you that if this bottom consolidation holds here on the Nasdaq 100, and this is Nasdaq Composite Daily, is that the following will happen. The price lines, the Googles again, and the Apples that we've been long, those stocks are going to have to hold those support levels in order for this index here, and people are going to want to buy going ahead of the summer rally period, and it would be priced in when summer got here should we build a base and rally. And the thing about the MMTs, you want to be involved early in the game. Whereas the public could miss a breakout rally and volatility right back up to here, to this diamond, or these lower diamond resistance levels. And I'll go through these price levels, but it doesn't matter. What matters is, what is the contrarian view of the general public and how the public is going to react. I can tell you right now that the fear, this cannot consolidate here, because if this consolidates here, that means that this bottom consolidation equals weakness. Period. And either weakness and or strength has an accumulative period before either one of those take place, called D plus breakout or D minus breakdown. That's a short. So when reviewing going into 5/29 of 2012, Tuesday, because today's date is 5/28, 2012, happy Memorial Day to everyone. Because it's Memorial Day. And it's a nice day to be ready for Tuesday morning and make all that money. Just remember, everybody that held the rally all the way down from up here and are holding on, people hold all the way down. We don't, but we're going to put a bottom in. The thing that we're talking about is what is the probability of the exchange model breaking these index higher in a case where short covering would happen in stock futures, index futures, and lots of other various different kinds of futures that go higher, and then prices and equities go higher. But why would the public be left out at the bottom, just as they weren't short the top like we were, and now we have this bottom, and it's going to be all dependent on the strength of the fear, because you don't want fear consolidating at high levels, because that means that you could come down and break these lows real easy on the Nasdaq Composite and Nasdaq 100. Period. So we're going to monitor how that broke higher, and this is when the put side of the market works. But I guarantee you that the call side of the market, and we'll be doing that on individual stocks on how to make big money, is that if those stocks perform for this bottom over here to be put in, and when those stocks consolidate their lows and the current sell-off, that puts that case A, that bull case, in play. And you want to be involved where the turn is really going to take place. You don't want to be involved when it's moving up already up back up here. No. You want to be involved as it's putting the bottom in here and the reversal over here, and we'll go into individual equities now, and we'll figure out which ones, the price lines, the Googles, the CRMs, the Amazons, the list goes on and on and on, and that those high beta names have hit a lower level of support, and where those names bounce, and how they trade higher going into the summer period. Now that we've had the first level of support down here and it's holding, that's the first level of this correction from the highs, and they're all the same. This is your calendar highs of the year. You can take a look. We came all the way up here, and we had reversals, and we had volatility, and then we tested the diamonds, and we had all of this short. This is that first calendar bottom. Not only that, I will go over to a monthly chart on Nasdaq Composite standard model. What is it? The 20-month moving average is 2741. What is that 10-month moving average that the public will look at? 2766.09. What do we have here? A monthly bull rally going into 2012 with a calendar 52-week high on this month. We made the highs up here of 31.28, and that was during the month of April, exactly where I said the big reversal would happen. Not only did I say that, I said that price volatility would be back in play, and that every calendar yearly trend has a big bull rally as we got, and now we're testing these major support levels that the bigger money managers and hedge fund managers, investment community managers, all of them are going to be looking at. They're going to make decisions here. But I can tell you that in the bear case, they also have case, and that is coming down and testing the monthly half bar over here, which is right around 2737, and that would be coming right down here to 2741, believe it or not. And in our system, on our daily system, it has all these prices built in it. So this is what they're going to look at, the public, and that they're going to make decisions that way, MMTs, and that's going to be your support level of this bull. And what are the resistance levels going to be? This is a monthly standard deviation model. You're still, remember, even on a monthly level, you're still 78.51% in their standard deviation on a percent DS level. However, when you get over to your MMT platform on the Nasdaq daily, it's got all of this factored in, the prices. So I will give you the upside resistance levels now from this move. And let's do that. Let's just take this portion of it right here where it's nice and clear. And I'm going to go to our platform, and I'm going to show you right here that we're a half a delta movement up in the Nasdaq Composite. So let's go right here. Let's take this close, and the close was 2837.53. So from that level, we have rallied off of the bottom, and the low was 2774.45. The high here on a daily level from that rally point was to the high reversal here was 2867.34. And that we came back down on this daily bar here, and we tested the low again. We tested a low of 28.23, but remember, it bounced, and it's been holding this diamond daily support level right across here, right here. So from the reversal side down, we can see where we put that in. So I'm going to tell you that the 1.5 delta is 2,900. That's 62.78 points from here, from the close. A full delta will be 2880, which is 42.47 points to the upside, and a half delta movement is 22.16 from here to the upside, and that's going to be 2859 on the S&P, and that's going to be right in this area. So, not in the S&P, but in the Nasdaq Composite. S&P will follow the same suit. All key indexes will. That means that the broader indexes have turned together, and you would have more advancers than decliners. So it's very important to identify this reversal on a daily level and why the broader market could bounce and rally up into January 21. That's the bull case. I'm not saying that that happens, MMT. I'm saying that that's the bull case, and we'll verify it now that we're down here at the bottom. And not only that, we'll verify the standard deviation monthly Nasdaq Composite chart testing its moving averages. But remember, our platform has all of this factored in it. And we're at the bottom. And it's a weak bottom, but it's a verifiable bottom. And the support levels will be as follows. Half bar, 28, this half bar is 2811.80. That's your first support level. Your second support level half bar right here, let's find it out. It's 2800.87. Support 1, support 2. All right? Diamond half bar resistance is over here. On the upside is 2893 in the half bar. And it's very clear right here. Not only is that clear, it's right here in that info panel for the new MMTs. Okay? So, this is going to be the resistance levels from this rally. Every bottom, like every top, has volatility. So, you drop down, you hold the half bar, you bounce back up, and you break highs. You know that that trade is in play. And that the shorter term bottom would have what? Strength. And if that's going to be the case, then this fear indicator, the VXN, which is tied to the Nasdaq Composite, Nasdaq 100, this is going to come down to support levels. But once again, in order for this to rally this must come down, MMT, all the way back down here. And then you would have your rally off the bottom. But if we set up and we consolidate on a daily here, and the fear, that means that the upside at resistance levels will have a wall of resistance, and you'll be able to short stocks into the resistance levels that will reverse.